Welcome in to our Celtics Nuggets conversation here. I'm Bobby Manning, back with you about a week later. Took some time off, took a couple shows off, and we're getting back rolling here. I missed the worst reaction to a slow Celtics stretch I can remember here. We had some people firing Brad Stevens. We had Danny Ainge catching legitimate blame and questions of whether the Celtics team as a whole has lost the voice of its coach. Could Kemba Walker be out the door? Are Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown being overworked? Just a million questions revolving around this team into tonight against a tough Nuggets squad. 15-11, one of the best offenses in the league. And overall, a competitive defensive effort, but inconsistent results throughout. It doesn't seem like the Celtics are capable of putting together a wall-to-wall consistent game. And not many teams in the NBA are. I still think that's worth considering. It isn't unusual in the league this year to be an inconsistent team, but the Celtics did have higher expectations than this. They always do. So I understand people losing their minds, and it's good to have pressure on the team. You saw Danny Ainge come on the last couple of days and start to answer some questions. Obviously, his feet are being put to the fire a little bit now. Brad Stevens certainly has heard calls for Aaron Nesmith, among others, that have pushed him towards some adjustments. And Aaron Nesmith, to his credit, comes in early in this one, looks balanced, has a rhythm to him, had a chase down block on RJ Hampton, albeit through what was likely a foul. You get away with some, and the Celtics have in this game. Tough whistle for Denver here, but that when you're playing hard, when you're making plays, as the Celtics have on the defensive end of the floor, you're going to catch some breaks. We know when other teams catch breaks against the Celtics, we see it all the time. So it's a 2-point game now, 69-67, 7 left in the third. We'll be with you here through the third quarter. I'll take questions. We'll talk trades as we always do, and we'll break down this game as it happens. Ton of contact. One of the best games you'll ever see from one Nikola Jokic, who I believe is a top 3 MVP candidate, has been underrated through a slow start for that team. They were sort of the Miami Heat of the West after making the conference finals, coming in and having a ridiculously slow start. They're banged up tonight big time. No Will Barton, Gary Harris, Paul Millsap is out of this one. I haven't seen Monte Morris either, so I believe he missed this game. As Jamal Murray misses a pull-up 3. 6:30 remaining. Kemba Walker with the ball. He has had a nice game. Jaylen Brown as well, up faking, going to the rim for a 4-point lead. 71-76. Hey, Yuzu. Appreciate everyone joining us. Feel free to do your thing in the comments, subscribe. If you're on Twitter, we're also on YouTube, so head on over to YouTube and catch us there. We're on Twitch as well. For those of you that prefer that, if you're watching on Twitch, you can find me at Real Bob Manning on Twitter and Bobby Manning on YouTube. Like I said, the Reverend comes first, and then it's me when you search it. I've enjoyed the aggression of the team. That's all you can ask for here. And Jason Tatum comes out this morning, says COVID has had an adverse impact on him. His strong reaction to that one. I think he can tell the truth while also not making excuses. And that's what he was doing there. He got asked a question about it, and he answered it truthfully. A lot of guys, you try to learn insight into what's going on in their lives, their health, or other things, and they get blasted for making excuses per se. But it's prompted by questions, And I'd rather – Kemba Walker does this. He gets asked about his knee. He did throughout the playoffs last year, and he says, I'm fine. I feel great, no pain, all that kind of stuff. But you don't learn about what's actually going on because there was pain. As Aaron Nesmith misses at the shot clock. An awareness issue there from Aaron Nesmith. A deflection went to half court. He picked it up, but he hesitated to do it and lost a few seconds there. And the shot clock violation comes through. Jokic misses a pass, turnover. The Nuggets have turned it over like crazy in this one. and it has completely derailed any chance of them taking a lead, even as they've drawn close. They were trailed by as many as 12, I think, in this one. Kemba to Brown. Out to Ojale. Ojale missed the pass, and now the Celtics are turning it over possession for possession with the Nuggets here. $15 for the Celtics. If I'm looking at the Nuggets right now, we're talking 10? No, 12. So Celtics actually have more turnovers here. Jokic running over Thompson, no chance. I mean, Anthony Davis couldn't even defend him tonight. The floaters that he is throwing up, 33 points. We're about to see a classic performance at the Garden. And again, it's going to be at the expense of the Celtics. Jaylen Brown, fade away. Misses it. RJ Hampton getting some run, one of my favorite guys in this draft class. Ended up on a tough team where you're not going to get a ton of run. Played well against the Lakers in a win earlier in the week. Goes by Brown here, finishes and misses left hand. Almost went down past Tristan Thompson and Brown. Brown picks it up, takes it the other way. Past Porter. Nesmith gets it. Semi Ojale, corner three, no good. Ojale has had a tough time playing, and the Celtics foul on the rebound. Celtics fouled on the rebound. They're going to give it to Tristan Thompson, who was in position. Yep, Nikola Jokic hugging him, holding him, preventing him from getting to that loose ball. Thompson's done his best tonight. All you can say. Jason Tatum, a big plus in this one. The Celtics bench has been what's led them to this advantage. Nuggets starters have been better in a considerable way. Hampton almost drops a rebound. Celtics come away with a miss again. 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Campazzo, floater to Jokic, automatic. Nikola Jokic. 13 of 16, 35 points. Unstoppable in this game. He's headed for almost 50, it looks like. Semi Ojale, staying persistent. Gets a lead back for the Celtics, 74-71. We got a good one at the Garden here. Campazzo, the Argentine. Fouled at the rim on a cut. Jokic found him. Jokic, I don't know. He's going to have a strong look from me if I had an MVP vote at the end of this year. Everything he does for this Denver team. No reliable wing players in this game for Denver. Jamal Murray, certainly an outstanding number 2 man for him. One of the best guards in the league. Flip shot, right hand over Thompson. It's good. 37 for Jokic in the third quarter. This is unreal to watch right now. It's just floater, hook shot, flip shot. He doesn't even leave the ground. It's all touch. Pritchard. Dish to Brown. 3, good. This is a fun third quarter, and they played a good game here last year, too, between these two teams. 16 for Brown. Handoff. Jokic. Wide open 3. Fakes it. Goes underneath to Porter. Miss. Should have had an assist. Porter stays with it. Loses it for a moment. Turnaround is no good. Jokic found him. Pritchard. Brown. Transition 3. Good. 80-73, even as Nikola Jokic puts together one of the games of his life, the Celtics are finding a way to stay ahead. It's Jaylen Brown, as it's been all year. What a sequence that was right there. Jokic hitting everything he takes, finding teammates in perfect positions. But they're not converting around them. And luckily the Celtics, again, great bench contributions. Credit to Peyton Pritchard, who moved the ball up the court with some pace there. The Nuggets are a team that only uses about 97 possessions a game on average. They're a slower-paced team. They want to be deliberate in the half court with that Jokic game. They don't get out and run. It's not who they are. So if you are able to push the possessions up a little bit, and I don't have a number in front of me, We're talking 58 shots, 6 offensive rebounds, so let's say 52. 52, I mean, we're already pushing 100 possessions here. And so when this goes over 100 possessions, the Nuggets do give it up defensively, and they have. We're talking 19 for Brown on 8 of 17. Kemba, another good game. He is 14 of his last 28. Tatum's been slow, but still contributing as a playmaker. And a great game for Boston's bench. Green has 5. Pritchard 5. Williams 6. Nesmith 7. So defensively, the Nuggets have been a mess, and they have fed extra possessions through turnovers. See what you guys have to say. Do I like the Blazers? Yeah, I love the Blazers. They're not my West team. People would be surprised to hear this. My West team's always been the Memphis Grizzlies. I love Tony Allen. That connection is obvious. Marc Gasol is one of my favorite centers ever. Zach Randolph gave that team an identity. They did it a different way. Grit and grind, of course. And they gave Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and that awesome, dominant Thunder team during the Durant MVP year, which I believe was 2013. They pushed them 7 games, round 1. And I remember Randolph threw a punching motion or something, ended up getting suspended game 7. So I was furious about that back then. And even today, Ja Morant, phenomenal rookie to watch. Or now he's in his second year. We're already into those second years of the rookies from last year. Ooh, Nesmith almost turned it over. Who else are we talking about there? Desmond Bane, good young player. Brandon Clark was all rookie. There's no team in a young rebuilding mode. Like, first step of rebuilding, doing better than the Memphis Grizzlies right now is, I believe Jaylen Brown just turned it over, throwing it to his right. 16 Celtics turnovers into the third quarter. Celtics lucky. Nuggets have been there with them every step of the way in terms of turnovers, and the only Nugget hitting is here, Nikola Jokic, who spins, pulls up, and gets a foul on Robert Williams. So Nikola Jokic will have a chance to push his game to 39 points in the third quarter. I don't know if this is going to be a 70 kind of night, Devin Booker, but all in all, going to be one of the more dominant performances by a single player we've seen at TD Garden. As we talk about the Olympics coming up, Nikola Jokic is leading a team that's going to be a threat to the United States and the rest of the world. Now, they had a little bit of a disappointing finish in the Serbia, that is, in the World Cup in 2019. They were a favorite to win the World Cup, but ended up falling out early in that tournament. You got Bogdanovic and others there. Was probably the best team in that tournament, all in all. And there'll be a fun watch in the Olympics as we continue to watch day after day. Will there be a Summer Olympics next year in Japan? Reports out of Japan have said that it's heading toward cancellation with COVID. But Japan officials have been adamant that that's not true. And the NBA has been working hard through COVID, postponements, and an all-star break coming up and everything else that they've had to do. Spurs and Hornets get with some postponements this week. They are trying to have their players in the Olympics. And it's not only important from an American perspective, but other teams around the world greatly need these American players to have the kind of tournament that they want to in the Olympics. But there's going to be some exhausted players after nearly a year straight of playing basketball. Certainly, there'll be a ton of Americans opting out, as there would be regularly. Teams that make the finals in particular. The NBA finals are scheduled to end, I believe, a day or two before the opening ceremony of the Olympics in July. So will Jokic be among the guys going? Will there be a tournament period? I mean, I love international basketball, so I hope that they can find a way. But I know the challenges, and if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. Tatum, flush out to Rob Williams, not the right guy. Rob flips it to Brown. Nuggets get back on defense. Brown gets two guys with an up fake at once. Hartenstein was one of them, and they flew away as Brown scored and made an 11-point game. Brown has had an awesome third quarter. Staved off those makes from Jokic. Murray. Campoza no good. Tatum rebound. They're on the run. 3 seconds left. He gets bumped by Hampton. Nesmith from the left wing, no good. But 86-75 is the score. With the Celtics up on top heading into the third quarter. One of their more important games of the year. Jokic has given them all they can handle, but Jaylen Brown has been an effective match. Tatum has glued together good bench units. Peyton Pritchard, another solid game. And the Celtics defensively doing what they need to outside of Jokic to hold this down and let him eat all those points. And it's going to look like a devastating score in the end, but one of the ways that Jokic can hurt you outside of scoring on his own is by being a playmaker, and he hasn't been able to effectively do that here because of teammate struggles around him. Our friend Sam Packard, can't guard sounds like a irregular Spanish conjugation verb. It's the tweet of the night so far to me. I don't know who that is. Let's see. Vlatko Kankar is how I'm guessing that's pronounced. Let's see his bio. Nice mustache. From Slovenia. That part of the world has been producing more and more NBA players over the last decade or two. He's not one of the effective ones tonight, though, for the Nuggets. Their bench has not been good. Minus 13 for Hartenstein, who's into the game now. If the Celtics are able to get a few more minutes against this bench, they might be able to extend this to an unreachable point for the Nuggets to come back from. So will Jokic get any rest in this fourth quarter is a big question now. That was a 15-4 run, and he is on the bench to start the fourth. Hartenstein gets a quick one to go, so make it 9 early in the fourth. Celtics with their bench out there as well. Pritchard, Rob Williams, Jason Tatum. Aaron Nesmith, a regular off the bench in this game. Was Sunday as well. Is he part of the rotation now? It always changes, as we know. Fifth Celtics is Javonte Green as Rob Williams gets an offensive rebound. He has had a fantastic, energetic game. Nesmith, fake pass into the lane. Great driving. Green passes up to Pritchard. Pritchard 3. No good. We only got a quarter left, guys. Short show here tonight. If you got questions, if you got comments, we'll take them. This Nikola Jokic. So far, he has my MVP vote. Hartenstein cleans up another bad pass underneath the bounce to him. And it's 86-79. Oh, good play by Green. Nesmith competing for the ball on the sideline. Brad Stevens likes it. Celtics ball. Green with the initial breakup. Nesmith with a hustle. And this is Nesmith's best game as a Celtic. Good defensive effort up and down the Celtics lineup here. Nuggets thin, struggling to find some contributors. But he's been better than even R.J. Hampton, a fellow rookie. Tatum, Pritchard, goes by Campazzo, second level. Hampton fouls and one. 90-79 as the Celtics reestablish their lead. Great turnover forced by Nesmith and Green on one end. Leads to Pritchard points on the other. And the Celtics bench continues to dominate Denver's. Payne Pritchard has had a fantastic game, and the Celtics' first-round picks. Done a good job. Mike Malone has not been happy with this officiating all game long. But they haven't scored the points they need to. 79 early in the fourth, and most of them have come from Jokic's 37 at this point. Oh, Luis Scola. I hear his name from Sean Grandi, another great Argentine. Can't award Camposa number 2 yet. There's been others as well. They won the World Cup last year. They were the runner-ups in the World Cup last year, as I mentioned that. Against Spain, who took it, number 1. That was a surprising finals matchup. Argentina versus Spain. United States nowhere close with that group of Jason Tatum, Kemba Walker, Marcus Smart, and Jaylen Brown, among others. Chris Middleton, Miles Turner played with that team. Among the lengths that Kemba Walker pushed himself in the first 10 years or so of his career, playing almost every game as Rob Williams finishes underneath to keep the game at 12. 9 minutes to go. Played almost all of those seasons with the Hornets when he could around knee surgeries. All-star games, international competition as Tatum gets a steal. He's pushing it. Javonte Green's trailing, but RJ Hampton picks him up. He gets Murray in isolation, pulls up. That's no good. And they're going to call a foul on Green, trying to steal the rebound away. That is Javonte Green. Jamichael Green plays for the Nuggets. Rob Williams scored right over Murray, rotating down low on that last possession. Campazzo gets Rob in isolation behind the back. Kemba staying into him. Great defense by Kemba. Got to write that one down. Getting right into Jokic and not fouling on a fake, not jumping either. The defensive efforts of this team have been numerous tonight. But Nuggets remain within 9. Still a long way to go. 8 minutes as the starters rotate back in. Jokic is going to go these final 8 and put an enormous amount of pressure. Here's Aaron Nesmith with a big shot. Misses. Green pulls it down. And the Celtics hang on to it. Nuggets miss a couple shots in a row there as the Celtics clean it up, stay up 9, kill off another minute. Celtics call timeout in the offensive end. And we'll see what they close with here. Aaron Nesmith's going to exit with 7 points, 3 rebounds, and a block.
Should be enough for the weekend. Helping the smallest businesses in our communities. TV Bank, unexpectedly human. Everyone goes to the outlet centers for great deals on clothing, shoes, even electronics, right?
Rob Williams, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 5 steals, and 2 assists. Incredible activity from him, and beat by Jokic, but so is everyone here. There was no Jokic antidote that the Celtics could turn to, certainly. Green getting active on the offensive glass as well. But that was a strong rebound from Rob in traffic as the Nuggets got 3 chances and missed. We're back on post-game tonight after a couple off games. Celtics, of course, had their own inconsistent problems. Thanks to those who have joined us on this side. Deflategate, yes, I am back tonight. And luckily, it won't be a freak out show tonight that I have to go through. I let Nick and them handle that. Listen, it's not great, and I'm all for changes, and we'll talk about them tonight. I actually wanted to do a show last night because there were pressing trade talks, the Brad conversation, Ainge's comments from over the weekend. All that stuff was worthy of addressing after the worst loss of the season against the Wizards. I kind of had an idea that the Nuggets game was going to be a bounce-back one for the Celtics. There was almost no chance they were going to lose this one. We still don't know yet, but Brown just hit a 3 to make it 12 again. And I believe the Celtics are going to win this one. Brown has been so good tonight. 10 and 19 from the field. All right, we got 6.5 left. 96-84 is the score. Jokic, pull up 3. Good. That makes it 41. He hadn't scored in a while going back to the third. This is going to be a pretty good game from Nikola Jokic. Who never looks tired either. It's got a low-energy game that produces a ton of results. Wade's been a conversation with him as well. He has certainly lost some throughout his career. And that helps too. There's just so much hesitation to his game. He goes through, looks like he's scanning the floor, not in any position to score, and then he'll just pull up or get a shot off. He doesn't even have to pull up all the time in a full shooting form. He'll just get a hook shot off, a floater, move his feet a little bit in position on a 3, doesn't step back. He just kind of twists in the shooting motion and gets it up. There it is again. Off the catch, no good. That could have made it 7. 96-86 is the score after the Jokic missed. Kemba's going to pull up. No good. Nuggets getting on the run now, trying to pick up the pace. Murray, Campoza, travels. That's 16 turnovers. As the Celtics and Denver have essentially canceled themselves out in the turnover battle. Love Kemba, Nesmith, Green, Rob, all of them with excellent defense in this fourth quarter. And defense has been what's carried this victory with some great shot making from Jaylen Brown and Kemba Walker mixed in as well. And if you look here, some extra rest for Jason Tatum in the fourth quarter. They're doing it without him. Kemba Walker, left-hand miss, call a foul. He's going to the line. Someone named Seamus. Something Irish. Seamus Cualain. How do you pronounce that?
What is it?
Cualain.
Wayne.
I guess, yeah. Irish. Shout out to Ireland. From Marblehead. .27, Brown hits another three. He's 5 of 10. Jokic pulling up from jumpers now, not finding them as he has run out of gas into this fourth, it appears. Just spoke about him not tiring out and that style being conducive to it, but the shots aren't there into the fourth quarter, and it looks like a win's not going to be there for the Denver Nuggets either after beating the LA Lakers on Tuesday. That's a game Anthony Davis got injured in. Appreciate y'all. 4 minutes left. Celtics need to close this out. Up 12-13 at this point. Murray makes it 11. 3:50 to go. Kill some clock here. Kemba had pulled up early in the clock a few possessions ago. Big takeaways from this one. Nesmith and Rob need more minutes as we think about the adjustments for this team. Can you dump off some of these extra wings that could be in the way? Does Grant Williams stay here, who hasn't played in this one? Does Daniel Tice, who is an expiring contract at the end of the year, stick around? Important questions. Tristan Thompson as well, who was not great in this one either. I thought he actually had a decent game. Nothing amazing, though. So how are you going to adjust, and who are you going to trust when it comes to the deeper Celtics on this team? 3:34, Nuggets going for a timeout, 13-point game. And for the first time in a long time, looks like I'm going to pick the Celtics game right.
Tonight, I'll be eating a margarita pizza and German food cola in the South End. Thank you. Oh, I wasn't ready. You want cheese to cover that wine? Sell day in style at Bernie & Phil's and take up to 20% off your furniture purchase. Choose from the latest styles, including furniture made right here in the USA. Customize your look with our large assortment of special order options. Enjoy stress-free shopping in our spacious showrooms or online from the comfort of your home. 0% financing is also available, and we'll even deliver free to your front door. We're here to make your life more comfortable. But don't wait. Save up to 20% now for a limited time only at Bernie & Phil's. You know Miller Lite only has 1 more calorie, right? Go check out. The most important thing with the Chevy Equinox is not front pedestrian braking, and it's not for collision alert. No, the most important thing in the Equinox isn't any of the advanced safety features we put into it.
All right, guys, what do you got as this one winds down? Any chance the Nuggets come back? 3:34 to go. Pritchard, 3 of 5, plus 17. Celtics outscored the Nuggets by 19 with Nesmith on the floor. Just ended up being a good unit that they put together. Green's ball denial, Pritchard's pace pushing, Rob's playmaking inside, activity on the offensive end, forcing extra possessions with his offensive rebounding. Thompson does the same. The Celtics did a great job pushing this game to New levels of possessions that the Nuggets aren't always comfortable in playing at. Campazzo finds a cutter wide open underneath. Nuggets give away a foul with 3:21 left. Malone doesn't know why. And the Celtics enter the bonus for the rest of this game. Zeke Naji had that bucket underneath. He is good for the Nuggets. One of many Nigerians in the league. There's been a ton of players from Nigeria. If they could get their whole squad together. Semi Ojeleye included of the Celtics. They could put together a decent squad. I'm trying to think of the guy on the Timberwolves as well there, who I've always liked. Relative of my friend Caleb, actually. Of course, the Wolves playing the Lakers ahead after D'Angelo Russell. Right when Karl Towns gets back, Russell's going to be out a month with knee surgery. Josh Okogie. Akokoro, rookie this year on the Cavaliers, Nigerian descent. I think one of the other rookies is as well. Who's the Hawks rookie there? Got a lot of hype. I actually haven't been keeping much of a track of them. Hawks are in here next on tomorrow. I'll be at TD Garden, so we'll see. I might do this broadcast. I might not from the upper level at TD Garden. Hawks are 11-16. Got beat up by Julius Randle in a record night for him. They have lost 7 of their last 8 to start February. Hawks are struggling. They need some changes because could the Celtics factor in on that with John Collins? Maybe you rent him. Maybe you sign him to keep him long term. And they'll have the possibility of doing that with bird rights. And since his salary is low, he won't come cheap. But you don't have to dig into that TP at all to acquire him. So that would be a high upside addition who would certainly help right away. Play some versatiles 4 and 5. It would require giving up some serious pieces. Maybe even Marcus Smart. But is someone the Hawks are actively shopping. Onyeka Okongwu. Hasn't had a great rookie year. He had surgery coming into it on his foot. He's behind quite a few bigs there in Atlanta. $106.93 is the score. Doesn't look like the Nuggets have a comeback in them. I'll give it a minute here before I sign off and get ready for postgame. Tatum, Murray, Campazzo coming with a double team. Tatum looking. Ojeleye has a man on him and throws it right back. Screen coming. Thompson, step back 3. Tatum, no good. Nuggets defense kept them off balance a little bit there. That's kind of defense they needed earlier in this one as a pass gets in to Jokic. Not quite the 50-point masterpiece we expected, but a strong 3 quarters and one of his better games of the season, at least here, was 43 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. It's going to be in a losing effort, though, as a Nuggets shot 45% overall and 28% from 3. Now he gets past Jokic. Jokic just stands there, doesn't even compete, and that should be the game, 106-96. Jokic with some bad defensive ones, as good as he was offensively in this game. All right, guessing that's the game. We'll see you over on post game. Celtics bounce back, find themselves a little bit in this game, play some strong defense, get good rotations going, and the best game of the year for Aaron Nesmith. Appreciate you guys joining us. Fun one. We get the Hawks twice in Boston to close out the week, so a little bit of a homestand here. I'll see you from the Garden. I'll be on post game the rest of the week, and we'll do a few of these as well. Watch the breakdown as well. Check those out as they roll out throughout the rest of the week. Bobby Manning. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give me a follow on Twitter at RealBobManning, and Twitch. Always a good spot to watch these. I will